Hi, look, see this red dresser? This has been in the basement for many, many years, decades. Just, stuff that I think I rarely even open these bottom drawers. It just holds stuff. So I'm going to clean it out and I'm going to put my clothes in it because that's what it was for before. This is my childhood dresser. And you can see that there's wooden blocks been used as handles. Some of them have been pulled off over the years. So I want to replace these blocks. I can't find these anywhere. So I want to make them. I'll use a CNC router to make new blocks. Put them on here, clean up the dresser, and put my clothes in it, like before. Gee, why has this been down here so long? So, yeah, this has got stickers on it from way back. And I think you can see here, see the tool marks in the void? The tool marks are straight ones. The other marks are the grain of the pine. I think that this was just kind of pressed in. So it's printed on the side too. Very faint, you can see. So yeah, I'm going to reproduce that. Hey! Well, it turns out that this font is very difficult to find in the electronic world of today. I've been searching through my little font libraries. Let's see. Up here. How about let's switch to screen view. Swipe. Try to find exactly the right font that matches this little A. And I've loaded them all up, and obviously that is not the same. Century School Book is similar down here, but I still need a little twig up there. They're all kind of okay. This is Rockwell. It doesn't have the grace of this skinny leg and the fat leg, and the serifs aren't as gracefully formed. So what I could do is I could get a hold of this A and transform it in Inkscape, or I could just go online and buy one. And this one, let's see here. Gloucester Bold is similar. See, it's in my shopping cart. I don't know if I want to buy it or not. So I know where this is, Font Shop, and I'm going to go back into Inkscape and see if I can mess around with this A little bit. Okay, so here's what I came up with, and it kind of looks like my block. The other thing I have to think about is the fact that my CNC router has a kind of a dull tip. I don't have really fine router bits, so I'm not going to be able to make exactly these beautiful corners that you see here. This, I'm pretty sure, was stamped in with a die. It just looks like these little serrations here are the marks of some sort of stamp. So my A will not look like this in wood. It'll probably be kind of mushy cornered, and this triangle is going to be probably more like a circle. But it might be worth it to try to make a whole alphabet for myself. I'm not a typographer. Obviously, I've done some typography type things using these guides here. You pull a guide down and you try to match up all the edges so that they at least look the same. I know that typographers treat their letterforms like animals, like it's not just a symmetrical kind of thing that
all the feet have to be exactly the same width, because somehow this one provides a sense of stability, where this one is a little just like a little ballet dancer putting his or her toe on the ground, and this one's like a big old construction boot. And somehow it all looks good when it's all together on the page and you're reading a sentence. It all fits. But when you take a close look at all these professionally made letter forms, they don't always look symmetrical, and they look kind of wonky. Obviously, this is not a professionally made. Let's see if I can find this one's not. I mean, this is just like a big old slab. And this is, obviously, Rockwell was made for making giant statements on giant billboards. So all you need to know is that's an A. You don't need to know anything else. Whereas if you're looking at a sentence on a page, this A will flow into the letter next to it. I really like this. It's chunky, but it's graceful. It's got this slight curve. I like that a lot. Anyhows, I'll see what I can do. Next, I wanted to include a short sped up video of carving the letters using the Carvey, only because it has the rare incidence of me actually capturing on video the moment when I break a bit. Usually it happens when I've turned my head. And even in this one, the camera is still trying to focus when the bit actually breaks. So you will see in 30 seconds what happens. And you'll even hear that little thunk that happens when a little piece of metal breaks. I'll alert you.
Some of these didn't come out quite right. I didn't cut them at the right angle. I sized them wrong, basically. And rather than just throw them out, I thought I would use the letters to write positive messages on them, and then set them out in the street or on a park bench or in a park somewhere, and let people have them for free. So I'm coating these with some tung oil. Actually, I'm experimenting with tung oil or linseed oil to see which one I like better, and then maybe I'll put a coat of finish on it, because who knows if anybody's going to find these out in the parks. They might sit there for weeks and no one ever sees them. So this is the untreated aspen, and this is one that I've just put some tung oil on. I've read that some people like to heat tung oil. It makes it less viscous, so it'll soak into the wood better. And because there are such tiny little pieces that stick out, it might be nice to give it as much structure as possible. I mean, these will probably bake off pretty easily anyway. But I thought that I would coat it with tung oil as best I can and let it soak in. Maybe, I don't know, I don't want to heat this linseed oil. That would be dangerous. I don't even know if I want to heat the tung oil. So what I'm going to do is I don't like getting it on my fingers, even though it's not toxic. It just makes things, you know, when you swipe your phone to answer the phone after you've been rubbing oil on things and you get oil all over your phone, it's just not, it's not worth it. Just not worth it. So that's why I'm going to wear these gloves. I don't have to excuse. I can wear gloves whenever I want to. Craftsmen wear gloves all the time. Here's a tip. I bought the wrong sized underwear, and I'd already ripped it out of the bags and washed it before I realized it was the wrong size. But it's 100% cotton, and it's durable because it's made to be like run around in. So I've just started using all of those. It was like a 36 pack of underwear. So I'm using it as shot racks. And the only embarrassing part is that, I mean, it still looks like underwear, and it just looks like dirty underwear. It's kind of gross. Another reason why I've decided to let these go out into the wild is because I made a mistake when I was carving them. I had to carve one side in the CNC, and then because the CNC doesn't allow for this wide of a material, I had to carve two different planks. You can see the separation here between this plank and that plank. So I carved two planks, and when I was designing them, I mistakenly put an L on the same square on both. And I don't know about you, but when I was playing with these blocks as a child, I needed the L's. And to have an L on one side and then look around, there's no other L except for on the other side, was just infuriating. And so I'm going to have to redesign these blocks so that the L's are separated. So maybe the L is on the back of the Q. That's not a Q, that's an O. That's another reason why these aren't perfect, is because the CNC didn't have enough room to cut out a complete O. I needed to use a smaller bit. Anyways, Here's the difference actually between linseed and tung oil. They are more or less the same. So always be open-hearted. Alright. This is just a view of the dresser all taken apart. I just scrubbed it and hosed it down. This is the first time it's been seeing the light of day for years. So I thought I'd just air it out a little bit, find out some of the details. Like, see, this is just particle board, and this is, you know, just cardboard. But here's the wooden bottoms. So this has been taken apart and put back together several times. And I was gonna inspect it to see if I wanted to repaint it, but out of respect to my dad, who painted it, and to me and my brother, who stuck it all these stickers on it, I think I'll just leave it the way it is. And here are my replacement knobs. I'm gonna go right there. Boop. Made by me. Just like that. Okay, here it is. There was a slight miscalculation made by me. I thought that all my clothes would fit in here, but only half of them do. So that's okay though. Look, it's there. It's all there. I'm not going to give you a complete tour, but look, see, it all fits. And this is proper underwear that fits, having mentioned the underwear that didn't fit before. So there we go. See, it fits, and it slides just fine. And the knobs are all the right way. There we go. While I'm here, I thought I would show you a craft idea. You just cut yourself a branch, and then you hollow it out, and this is where you put your crystal. Doink!